Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where today we are on Southeastern High Speed and we're going to be celebrating 25 years of the Class 66, obviously, which you can see in front of us. We're running a service from Dartford all the way to Junction, and without further ado, let's jump into it. So if you like this video, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe, it really is appreciated. And we can start to pick up our speed here. As we pull away from Dartford, as you can see behind us, we're hauling a rake of MFA wagons in their EWS livery. You can just about see it there. Very nice, very nice. And obviously we're running the EWS livery 66089, and this is service 6 Yankee 48. So as we go past the 40 board there, it's nice to see lots of class 465s certainly stabled to our right there. We saw obviously a couple in the station at Dartford. Let's just ease back a second. Just need to make sure the back of the wagons clear that 40 sign, and then we can start to speed up to the permitted 40. So let's go full power, and you can hear the rumble of that EMD engine. It's lovely. So as I was saying, obviously we are celebrating 25 years of the Class 66. It was first moved over from the US and Canada, where they were originally built in April of 1998, but they believe the first operational run was actually the 2nd of June of 98, when this video is obviously being recorded. So I kind of made it its 25th birthday. You probably won't be seeing it until a day or so after, so it's close enough. But yeah, it's such a common locomotive that you see across the whole of the UK hauling freight. Obviously we've got R66 in its EWS livery. Obviously EWS is now owned by DB Cargo, and they've started to repaint all of the 66s into their DB red, which we have seen just one example on Train Sim World, and that was on Great Western Express, but we haven't seen it since. So a little bit surprised about that, given it's sort of most of the 66s probably will get repainted at some point. They're also operated by Collis Rail, GB Rail Freightliner, Direct Rail Services, and obviously DB Cargo, as we've already talked about. So yeah, they certainly are widely used across the whole of the UK network. I believe there 480 units were originally produced, so as you can tell, that's not an insignificant amount of locomotives, and that's why they are such so commonly seen across the whole of the UK. So we're working our way up nicely to 45 miles now. We've got 8.5 miles to Who Junction, roughly 16 minutes to get there, so that should be more than doable. Let's just ease back on the power now. Let's see if we can get a nice shot of us coming through this station, which is, I'll tell you in a minute. Actually, let's go this side. 2 more passengers, and this is Stone Crossing. See us coming through in just a second. We are back to speed. Let's just apply the brakes a little bit. Get a little bit of a hot one action going on. Some of the wagons are full, but some of them are actually empty. Interesting. Obviously, perhaps a bit of an engineering train. There we go, we'll just ease off the brakes now. So we're starting to go back uphill. go on full power here, seeing as we are going up a 0.5% gradient, so we obviously need to keep that speed up. And looks like we've got another 465 that we're going to pass here. So seeing plenty of class 465s today. They are fun little units to drive, that's for sure. We'll hold it around 42. That feels like a sensible speed. Notch up slightly actually. Make sure we maintain that speed as we dive into the tunnel here. Tell you what, let's jump out. See if we can get a good view as the 66 exits the tunnel. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a pretty long wake actually of MFAs. There we go. It's looking good. Holding pretty nicely at 42 now in 0.7. Still climbing the gradient here, so it's only right that we keep the power on. We do have AWS and DSD activated, so playing with the safety, driving this with the safety systems on. So we've got another station coming up here, and we are now going down a gradient, so we'll just come off the power. And this, in fact, is... What station have we got coming up here? What is this? Swanscombe. Ah, so this is the station just before we fly over High Speed 1. And if we're lucky enough, we may be able to time it. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky and there's a train going underneath, but I don't think we're going to be lucky enough today as the 66 comes across. There we go. Sometimes we're lucky enough to get a train passing at the same time. It's quite a difficult shot to get normally. So we're maintaining our speed at 43, which is quite nice. Obviously 25 years, this doesn't, the class 66 feels like it's not been around that long, but 25 years is not that long really, and I suspect they will certainly go on for another 25 years and more, I expect, quite easily. Been a nice little drive so far. So 5 miles to go to Junction, and then we have to be there in about 11 minutes. Still being held at 45, so this section of track would normally be done. It looks like it was around 70 for passenger trains, but just 45 for us, which is absolutely fine. Got an AWS magnet here by the looks of it. We'll acknowledge that. I guess we've got a warning board, yes, so we need to be coming down to 30. This is worth saying, I am using the AWS plunger by TS controllers, and it just adds a nice little bit of immersion for Train Sim World. Proper hardware support should come at some point, but Hopefully it does, but given this is just replicating the Q key, it's quite nice to have a tactile button to press, certainly for AWS and DSD, so big fan of that. If you're interested, check them out. I've been really impressed so far. There we go, easily down to 13 time. We'll now release off the brakes here. Bring up the power. So we don't want to slow down too much more than 26. As we come around this curve here. I think this is just outside Gravesend. Yeah, you can just see the station come into view now. And it's another 465. That's all we've seen so far. I think that's the 6th one we've seen. They certainly are popular on this part of the route. Obviously, worth talking about, the Class 700 will be coming at some point. It's obviously been teased to us by Dovetail Games so far, so get off behind the yellow line. So really excited for that to come to this route. I think it really will add something quite special to the route, even more diversity than we've already got. So yeah, big fan of that. It feels like it's going slightly foggy here. We've just gone past the 40 board there, so once we fully clear that, we can start to apply the power. We're now only 3.3 miles from Hugh Junction, so really not far to go at all. There we go, we've obviously cleared it now, so we can start to apply the power. Build up nicely, and actually we will be going through a 45 very shortly, so we'll be able to get back up to the speed that we were just doing. It's clearing up a little bit now. It was a little bit foggy there for a minute. Feels like dynamic weather at play there. So there's 45. We are probably going to... How fast can we get to the 45? We are slightly speeding, but given the 45 is just there. There we go. No longer speeding. Actually, we are going downhill anyway, so we'll bring the power back. We can now just cruise at about 44. Let's come off power completely. There we go, lovely stuff. Might need just a dab of brakes here just to slow us, so we don't end up going over 45. Release off now. Maybe a bit more. There we go. It feels like it's flattened out now, so just a couple of notches of power to maintain our speed. However, it looks like we've got a single yellow ahead, which will get the AWS and acknowledge. We should probably start to apply the brakes, given it's a single yellow, so must approach this as we may need to stop at the next signal. Obviously, given this is a running speed of this line for passenger trains is 75, there's probably a fair sized gap between the signals. We're slowing nicely here. Probably apply it a little bit more. Let's try and get down to around under 20, I think. Just in the eventuality we need to stop. Can't see this next signal yet. Although we've got an AWS magnet coming up, so I'd imagine it's probably not that far ahead. There we go, there's the AWS acknowledgement. Roll up the signal. We can see there's looks like there's a train just ahead, and actually we've just been given the signal there. You can see 2 white dots, so proceed into the block. And that's interesting. It looks like that 395 is going to actually be held at that signal for us to make the crossing over into the sidings here. Which I'm surprised about, that we've been given priority actually when there's a passenger train obviously coming in the opposite direction. I would have thought they would have had priority, but yeah, clearly not in this occasion. Nice to see a couple of other sheds. Classic nickname for the 66. Who Junction looks pretty full. Lots of wagons there. Just come off power now. We are going to be under a 15 as we make our way across the set points here into Who Junction. I love the little snaking effect that we'll get here as we go across the 2 set points. There we go. Always looks very cool. Now slightly speeding, so it's just a little bit of application of brakes. Didn't work too much. And there you can see the 395 that is waiting for us to make our way into the sidings here. Very nice. You can see we've got the you can hear the 395 electric motors spinning up. But you've got the 66 obviously in its weathered livery, which is from the railhead treatment train pack. So obviously, given that type of operation, it's going to be a fairly dirty one. So nice to see a bit of variety. We've got a nice clean 66 that we're driving, but you also get to see ones that are looking pretty weathered and dirty. There we go. I think we'll be pretty spot on actually. Only 10 yards over. I think I will take that. And now we've got to wait just 2 seconds, and there we go. That has been a fantastic run from Dartford to Who Junction. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please please do hit that like button and also subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.